All right, everybody, good evening to you. First live stream of the night. Wondered if we were going to do it at all, and then I got to watch in this little cell down here that is west of Nevada. So that is what we're talking about here. I want to go ahead and pay attention to the folks down in Arma, Arcadia, Bernal, Moundville, and Nevada. Give you guys some coverage of this severe thunderstorm warning, which just came out about a minute and a half ago. We're talking about hail up to about 3/4 of an inch and some possibly 60-mile-per-hour winds. Just a few minutes ago, before I went ahead and went live, I was clocking them back here at about 51 miles an hour is what was popping up. So that is continuing to grow just a little bit upscale. Not totally unsurprising tonight. Actually thought we would see quite a bit more of this. By and large, things just have not initiated along the front like we were thinking. All the ingredients were there. And then bulk shear really just kind of fell apart and things were very wobbly to get started. But enough ingredients are still out there. We're still paying attention to storms out ahead of the front. I'll go ahead and pay attention to those in a minute. But that's not the topic that we need to pay attention to right now. So I am down here west of Arcadia. Where are we? Inglevale, south of Cato. So let's put some markers on this and talk about where things are right now. In terms of some potentially damaging thunderstorms, there is 69 Highway. Here is K7 at Farlington over on the left side of your screen. And so if I zoom in right here on this area, this is where wind gusts are the strongest right now. Just a little bit more than 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts by radar returns anyway. So we could have some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts pretty easily in this area right now. Hail has been kind of touch and go. Let's go ahead and look at that. Make sure I'm on the right radar here. And yeah, so maybe some small hail in this. So that's a good sign. So we are mostly talking about wind gusts in this. Let's go ahead and read the severe thunderstorm warning. Up to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is the main element in this severe thunderstorm warning. Southeastern Bourbon County, northeastern Crawford, northwestern Barton, and southwestern Vernon County is where we are talking about right now. This goes for the next 43 minutes, so that's going to take us up to about 10 o'clock. This is not moving that fast, I don't think. I haven't clocked this in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and actually let's put a storm tracker on this and get you some times. But if this continues, it's going more easterly now, but I'm going to go ahead and take it a little bit more northeasterly, which may not be exactly where it goes. But we've got just kind of a little cluster, not quite a line yet. So I'm going to draw it up here and include Nevada. I'm not sure if it's going to take that course, but if it does, let's go ahead and put some times on that. It's moving at 41 miles per hour now. So Bernal, this hits you in about 20 minutes. Moundville in about 25 minutes. So Nevada, this is picking you guys up in about 30 minutes. And if it picks up a little bit of speed, which it might for a couple of reasons, it could be a little bit less. So we'll say 20 minutes. This is knocking on your door in Nevada. That might be a little bit quicker, or just not quite. Might be closer to 30 minutes, but we will see. So anyway, here is this storm picking off. We can't really decide if this is headed east or northeast. We'll go ahead and put this in motion for you. But this is the strongest of our cells down here, just about to pick up Bernal, which is just to the south and the west of Nevada. This is predominantly a wind threat. So obviously we have heavy downpours, and looks like maybe the heaviest of it, there's a new radar sweep, has now crossed over 69 Highway here, is right at state line, which is Arcadia right here, which is just barely on the Kansas side. So we're north of K Highway on the Missouri side. Strongest of the thunderstorm is just barely off to the northwest of Arcadia there. And so wind gusts are going to start picking up here across state line just in the next few minutes. This is tracking east mainly, a little bit northeast. So I would really say this is looking prime for like Bernal, Moundville areas, probably within the next 20 minutes or so. But out here in Nevada, you guys are included in the severe thunderstorm warning as well. Like I say, this is going to take us up to about 10 o'clock. So all of Nevada is in the warned area for this thunderstorm right now that is kind of spreading out and heading your way. It might just kind of clip you there on the northern edge. We'll just kind of have to see how this plays out. But Nevada, you are severe thunderstorm warned now. For the next 45 minutes. So that's what's going on down there. Again, we're talking predominantly about a wind threat. If I kind of go out regionally here, you guys can see why this has grown up. We were looking at some 50-mile-per-hour winds. I still think they might still be around 50 miles per hour, but they're starting to get up over that now. So that prompts the severe thunderstorm warning. Again, predominantly talking about a wind threat down here. So that is the situation down there. It's not moving so fast that we can't leave it for just a minute. Kind of show you what else is going on around the region. Let's just sort of back out regionally here. We'll go up to the Kansas City radar and let this kind of play for you. So this is the front. The front is parked. It has reached Kansas City. In fact, if I stop the radar right here, you guys can see it. There's a lot going on this radar, but let me go ahead and kind of show you. We have these 70-degree temperatures right here. See them, the little yellow numbers? Okay. So we can see that the front is like right here. It's colder back here behind the front. It's 59 degrees over in Iola. It's 52 up in Paola already. It's pushed through Kansas City. It's 56 degrees up here. So that's where the front is. So there is just a little cluster of stuff still out here ahead of the front. This hasn't done much. These little storms just don't believe in themselves tonight. They get going out ahead of the front, and they really just kind of stall. So these are heavy downpours. I really haven't seen any hail in these at all, but if they grow upscale anymore, they could produce some hail. So maybe this has grown up a little bit more. There is a thunderstorm, not severe warned out here. This is to the southwest of Lowry City right now. So let's go ahead and check out what this thing is doing. I think it's just a big heavy downpour. Let's check and see if it has any significant hail in it, or it might not really. Maybe some very, very small hail. And if there is any right now, it's just passed over B Highway south of Iuka Springs, and it's going to head on up here towards E Highway at chalk level. That's a new one to me. Is there a chalk level? Somebody should message me. Somebody will. I have no doubt. So anyway, this little cluster of thunderstorms, this has grown up just a little bit, I think, since I was getting ready to go on and live stream. So there is a thunderstorm headed your way if you're up and down 13 Highway here around Lowry City, Chloe. If we go up 13, we hit Deepwater. You guys have a thunderstorm off to your southwest as well. I don't really see anything big to talk about there except for some heavy downpours. Maybe a few wind gusts in that as well, just right around when the edge of the rain starts to get to you guys. So it could be gusting a little bit over here around the reservoir right now. Truman Reservoir Management lands right there just outside of Brownington. This is all hanging south of Deepwater, but I think you guys will get at least a heavy downpour out of this in about the next 10 minutes or so. So that is what is still out ahead of the front. It's getting kind of harder to tell, but we'll just kind of keep these in play there. You guys can see these are tracking off steady to the northeast. So we do still have a little cluster of thunderstorms. It's kind of waxed and waned out here around the Windsor area. So we're looking at Windsor for just a little cluster of thunderstorms right now, just right outside of Windsor, and then down here along E Highway. So this will be east of Y Highway, coming along E Highway. This is going to head up towards the Brandon neighborhood, and here is 52 Highway out to the east of Windsor. Has a pretty decent little thunderstorm out there with it right now. On up toward Green Ridge, it's just more of the same. This little cluster is just about to find Sedalia. If anybody's watching over from that neighborhood, if you guys have questions or comments, let me know what you're seeing. I mean, it is hit and miss. Look at this. Not everybody is getting anything. A lot of people haven't seen anything tonight. That front really, I mean, it's there. It's happening now. But we just haven't had initiation like what we thought. So I won't walk it back. I mean, I'm watching other forecasters do interesting things. Yeah, I can't. I don't have an apology. All the ingredients were there. Everything looked to kind of come together. And when things got off to kind of a wonky start, a slow start, I looked at wind shear among other things, and that's one reason. I mean, that just really fell apart, and that is one necessary ingredient. And so this didn't happen. It just did not come together like what we were thinking. So, but enough ingredients are still there that things could still happen along this front. And that's exactly what we're seeing down here in the southern edge of the forecast area. So let's take a look down here. So good evening to folks down 69 Highway. I think you're catching the brunt of things right now. I see a strong thunderstorm out here at Edison, and it's picking up Arma. So really kind of encapsulating this 69 corridor here at Inglevale, where you might see some small hail, but we're predominantly talking about a wind threat with this one as well. So this has jumped across state line now. I wonder if this is kind of picking up speed. Let's go ahead and pick a storm point here. 43 miles an hour. So we've picked up just a little bit of a clip. So go ahead and put a couple of times on this for you. And again, we don't really, it's kind of wavering. I'm going to take this a little bit more to the north and the east than it might actually be going. So just in case it does trend off to the northeast. So let's put some towns in this. So Bernard, this has, you get about 10 minutes there in the booming metropolis of Bernard. Sheldon is to you the bigger cluster of thunderstorms. You have one over you right now. But you have about 20 minutes before this severe warned thunderstorm gets to you. Milo is also in the path of this, just about 22, 23 minutes until it's out to you folks. And so let's go ahead and take a look at what is really going on with this cell right now. It is still the wind. So wind gusts are strongest just coming across state line just south of Garland here. Radar indicated stuff is 51 miles an hour, so it could be up to 60 miles per hour as indicated here, but we're definitely seeing some 40 to 51 mile per hour wind gusts around here, which are just enough to cause problems. And that neighborhood looks to be Garland. Here is FF Highway, and we'll go over here. This is F, where FF hits F. There's a Missouri state routes for you. So, but that's what is going on down in that neighborhood right now. Big, strong gust of wind down on the southern edge of this line of thunderstorms right now. So we'll just kind of play this for a second and see what's going on with this over the last few minutes. Seems like there was a hail core trying to get together. Do you guys see it down there kind of on the bottom left of your screen? It'd be about 7 minutes ago. And it sort of comes and goes, but I think it mostly goes. So, here again, we're talking about a wind threat. So this severe thunderstorm warning picks up Moundville, Nevada, Milo, out to 54, where 54 comes in just south of Walker. You guys are severe thunderstorm warned for the next 33 minutes. That'll take us right up to 10 o'clock hour for this severe thunderstorm warning. So that is what we're paying attention to down here. Not to leave out Sheldon. I'm sorry, I kind of skipped over you guys. I don't think you're warned because of this right now, but just south of Sheldon, there is a thunderstorm that's just a heavy downpour right now. There's a few minutes left of this if you're between Sheldon and Irwin here, or V Highway. This is eventually going to push off to your northwest, but you're having a strong downpour for you guys down there right now. So good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining me. It's been feels like kind of a long night, a lot of watching nothing, but we do have a little bit of development here that we will stick with. I think we're really just talking about a wind threat. I am not, nothing is getting my attention in terms of anything else. When we have a big quasi-linear system, we do talk about those little spin-up tornadoes, but this is just not. That has just not really materialized. We'll certainly keep an eye on it, but we're just talking about winds down here tonight, you guys. So I will keep an eye on things. Feel free to drop your questions or your locations. What about Nevada? Hey, Brian, I just went over Nevada. And to be a little more specific about Nevada, let's just kind of watch. So here's Nevada. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, up here at the top right of your screen. And if I just loop the radar, so things are picking up on that northeast track, like I was just thinking a few minutes ago. So if you're in Nevada, you have about 7, 8, maybe 10 minutes before a strong thunderstorm impacts you. And the strongest of the wind gusts are south of you, but I still think that you will have some 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts at least. But this is just now off to your southwest. And we're talking about wind, heavy downpours, maybe a little small hail, but I really do think that is all south of you. So let's take a look at velocity. I think you will pick up those strong wind gusts in Nevada. See, here is strongest wind gust right now. And if I take a storm track, if I just kind of follow this storm track, it might clip off just to the south of you guys in Nevada, but I still think you'll get 30 mile per hour wind gusts there in Nevada. So that is what is happening for Nevada, Brian. How is everybody else doing? check all my messages. I like when you guys keep me posted on what is going on in your neighborhood. If you have questions or places you want me to check, just ask. I'm kind of focused down here right now because this is literally the strongest thing that's going on. And as things go tonight, as things could have gone, this is not that bad. We really, by and large, I mean, we're still watching this stuff that's still technically ahead of the front. But most of this stuff has a pretty long way to go if it's going to do anything at all. The strongest cell is up here in Lowry City. Yeah, it's not severe warned. And pick a radar, any radar. I don't see any reason that it should be. It's a heavy downpour, and it might have a little bit of hail since the last time that we checked. Yeah, it does. Actually, that's grown up a little hail core. So we might watch that one too. So hail is just about to cross a highway, which is just out to the northwest, of Lowry City. And I think that will come across 13 Highway right here at the little spot in the road that they call Chloe. So I think you're actually primed for some hail right there in Chloe out of that cell. So again, these out in front of the front, ahead of the front, there we go, have potential to grow upscale and be strong pretty fast. So we'll keep an eye on those. But once the front passes over you, which we're really getting into that territory now, I kind of thought we might be all done with that by 10 o'clock, by 11 o'clock for sure. So it's 9:30. I mean, we're getting through with it. But it is going to do some stuff for us before it gets out of the road. So could not do this stuff tonight without sponsors helping me out to bring you all the stuff that I need to have to look at to tell you what is going on. Renee LaRosen understands that at Homeland Realty. I appreciate her sponsorship of 660 Weather, so keep her in mind. Great person to ask questions about buying, selling, or investing. You can find her on every social media platform that there is, and she responds to messages. So get with her if you have any questions or you're looking to do that. Sponsoring 660 Weather tonight. So we are focused down here on the south end. Let's actually kind of go out regionally. You guys can see why that is. I'll go ahead and loop the radar for you. And it might be all we have left to talk about tonight, which would be pretty great. But you guys can see by the temperatures, sure, I'm gonna slide right in there. You guys can see that's where the front is. Actually, it might be more over here by now. So right along the front is what we're talking about down here, which has had the potential to do stuff all day long. It has not, to the surprise of some, but it really hasn't. So still out here ahead of the front. We still have these little clustery things to keep watching. These could grow upscale in a heartbeat. The ingredients are still there, but by and large, just some strong thunderstorms, not even triggering a severe weather statement because we have seen a little bit of hail and not really the wind gusts that we could. But they're still discrete cells, so we will watch discrete cells until they are no more. But that's all that we have had to watch tonight. So let's start up here a little bit north of the warned area and talk about what's going on up here. So we'll start at Butler.